Abbas Gharib. Abbas Gharib, born 16 June 1942, is an Italian-based architect of Iranian origin. His approach to planning and design, which goes beyond the traditional modernism or contemporary format, has made him well known as an influential figure in the research, practice, and teaching of post-contemporary art and architecture. Life and formation. Early and adult life. Gharib was born in Tehran and raised in an Iranian lay family. The house where the family used to live was situated in the old center of the traditional part of Tehran. He completed his primary educations in Tehran, Bursay Primary School, St. Louis Elementary, and Ferdowsi Middle School. In 1952, the family moved to a new house in the northern part of the city, where he resided until 1960 since he had his diploma from Hadaf High School. In 1958, he made his first visit to Europe, and the journey in Italy was decisive for him to leave his native home definitively for Italy in 1962, where he enrolled to University UAV of Venice. He stayed in Venice until 1973, taking part in the educational and artistic city life. As a child and later as a student, was talented for geometric and drawing subjects, therefore in adulthood the interest for architecture. In 1972 he married with an Italian architect, Sandra Villa, and from that marriage had two children, Sami 12 January 1972, now sociologist, and Layla 28 February 1983, now musician. The choice of Venice. In May 1958, at the end of an extensive travel through the main European capitals and cities, Gharib, then aged 16, made his first stay to Italy, as well as to Rome, where he was deeply impressed by the beauty of this city and the richness of its art and architecture heritage. In 1960, therefore, he returned to Europe, principally to Italy, moving through the peninsula from north to south and finally to Venice. The beauty of Venice and its cultural and artistic lifestyle, in the presence of creative figures like Peggy Guggenheim, Lucio Fontana, Allen Ginsberg, Ezra Pound, Carlo Scarpa in the 60s and 70s, influenced him to such an extent that he decided to settle there, moving away from his original area of intellectual life in Tehran, a decision which was education. He studied architecture at the Università UAV di Venezia, where in 1969 he became qualified in the urban planning sector. In 1969, he never abandoned his interest in architectural projects and design. This dual interest is always evident in his practice. In the 80s, he shifted from two-dimensional evaluation of projects to three-dimensional evaluation of complex perspectives. This is the most influential topic in his postgraduate self-formation, liberating him from the modernist crisscross grid towards unconfined volumes characterized by transparency, fluidity, flexibility, and smooth dynamics curving surfaces. Professional practice. Gharib became a licensed architect in 1969 and practiced in Venice until 1973. In 1981, from 1974 to 1980, after experiences outside of Italy, in 1981 he opened his office in Verona, Italy, under the name of Studio Gharib Architecture and Design. As of 2015, Gharib still works at the firm, reinventing the built environment, under the guidance of sustainable and innovative architectural spatiality. The design method in his studio turned out to be fluid and metametric, opposed to abstract methods and metric process of modernism. In fact, the multiple sequences of spatial sections and the successions of constructive models have replaced the flat and static drawings. The studio, in collaboration with professional individuals, ventured into a wide range of disciplines, striving to break the boundaries imposed by traditional professional constraints. This unconventional approach to design produced a spirit of independence, reflected in the research and carried out in the works created by the studio. The forms of spaces and objects are reflected in numerous designs for architectural competitions, professional projects, and buildings, evidencing true multidisciplinary approach. Design criteria. Gharib has gradually distanced himself from modern movement design methods, considering them to be abstract and self-referential, and oriented himself towards the post-contemporary movement and the complexity theory. These, in his view, have a closer relationship with the shifting apparatus of context, aware that these components, interacting with politics, economies, science, technology, and social movements, generate sophisticated results that require complex solutions. The studio transitioned from the traditional notions of modern rationalism to the concept of anthropogeia morphogenesis, i.e., from concepts of morphology and topography to the advanced science of morphing and topology. The consequence of this transformation of design criteria for both architectural spaces, urban planning, and physical objects is that design is based on renewed attention to interactive relationships between space and surrounding context. This recognition of the interactive dynamics between nature and culture, between social and economical components of context, has been accompanied by digital integration of projects into tridimensional spaces in place of linear, flat, and two-dimensional projections typical of modernist methods. Shifting to social architecture. The Pritzker Architecture Prize of 2014 awarded to the Japanese architect Shigeru Ban of former superstars takes him to be among the firsts to move towards the social architecture and to share the new trends in architectural planning. This was an alarm bell for superstars of architecture to think about the lifestyle of social architecture instead of the personal styles. For the renovated approach of his studio in Italy, the method of creativity stands in the promotion of design solutions able to feed the urban regeneration as cultural, inventive, educational, and functional diversities for the fertile new languages and lifestyles, without following the repetition mannerist projects and what they produce, believing that creative solutions. His role in evolving the method of creative development in Tenstar Community Association proposes through the development of an integrated set of creative disciplines and education that transforms the urban regeneration in an added value through the interaction of creative disciplines. An added value that allows the users of the projects to meet their operational needs in an area renovated with sustainable long-term economy based on the use of knowledge-based production rather than on the dispersion of N. Approach to cinema and music. As one of the founders of Tenstar Community, a multidisciplinary cultural association, he is particularly involved with association's sectors such as cinema, music, visual arts, and photography beside architecture and urban regeneration. These involvements happen also for designing workshops and events for these disciplines or for being invited as jury in the film festivals such as San Gio Film Festival and for being active in workshops such as that Extruer, who was awarded by Tenstar Community Cinematography Prize 2015 Y Cinemum. Conferences and lectures. 19th Century Interventions in Vienna, Reading of the Ring, lecture at University EUAV of Venice, Italy, 1971. Topics of the New Architectural Trends, lecture at University of Tehran, Faculty of Architecture, Iran, 1973. Tribal Memory in the Architectural Thought, at the International Congress of Architecture, Shiraz, Iran, 1975. Monuments of Underdevelopment, Self-Expressive Buildings, lecture at the University of Tehran, Faculty of Architecture, Iran, 1978. Postmodernism, Deconstruction, and Folding in Architecture, at the cycle of conferences organized by the Ministry of Housing and Construction, Tehran, Iran, 1985. The Toppled Garden, lecture given to the Società Letteraria, Verona, Italy, 1992. The Mira Garden, lectures at the course of Garden Arts, University EUAV of Venice, Italy, 1993. Lines, Thoughts and Design Assumptions, lecture at the International Day of Furniture, organized by Abitare Il Tempo, Verona, Italy, 14-18 October 1993. Post-Contemporary Danger and Opportunity, lectures at the Institute for Urban Studies in Architecture USA Institute, Verona, Italy, 1994. Space Continuous, Cohesive, and Heterogeneous, lectures at the Institute for Urban Studies in Architecture, New York, NY, US. Space Continuous, Cohesive, and Heterogeneous lectures at Teague University, Department of Architecture, Teague, Korea, 1995. Space of the Urban Place, at the International Design Seminar for the New Building of the University EUAV of Venice, Italy, 1996. Paradigms of Complexity in Architecture, New Trends, lecture at AGEV Conference, the Young Architects Association, Verona, Italy, 2000. Design System, and Design of Professionalism, lectures at Verona Fine Arts Academy Signorali, Verona, Italy, 2010. Awards. 1971. Competition for a new student hostel building, Pivigo, Padua, Italy, second prize. Competition for the sculptural work in the psychiatric hospital, Marzana, Verona, Italy, second prize, 1975. Competition for the urban and architectural planning of the seaside city of Rudsar, Caspian Sea, Iran, third prize. Competition for the new headquarters of the Iranian national insurance company BIME, with Shab Katuzian, first prize, 1979. Competition The Sun and the Habitat for the Use of Alternative Energy in Residential and Educational Buildings, Alpentina, Gruppo Ferro, Verona, Italy, first prize, 1980, 1980, Keys, 1980. First European competition for the use of solar passive energy, Giudecca, Venice, Italy, selected project, 1982. Competition for the new headquarters of AGEC, Verona, Italy, selected project, 1983. Competition for the Center of Social and Multipurpose Recreational Performances of Scala Giro Castle of Villafranca, Verona, Italy, second prize, 1992. Regional competition for the furniture design organized by the Association of Industrialists of Treviso, Italy, second prize. Competition for the transformation of the monumental furnaces of Asolo, Italy, with the construction of the new administrative, production, and exhibition center of ceramic arts, third prize, 2001. Competition for the headquarters of the Center for the Development of High Technology in Iran, FADEC senior design consultant, to Baram Shertel and Partners Office, first prize, 2006. Competition for Center for the Study, Development, Exhibition, and Promotion of Carpets and Rugs, with Studio M. Akeli and R. Campagnola, Tabriz, Iran, third prize, 2009. Competition of Housing Development for the Mediterranean countries in Leverano of Lex, Leverano, Italy, selected project. Publications. National Iranian Insurance Company Competition. The prize winners of the national competition to design the new headquarters of BIME, the National Insurance Company of Iran, Art and Architecture Magazine 31/32, Tehran, Art and Architecture Editions, December 1975. Iran National Library, the International Architectural Competition, Art and Architecture Magazine 45/46, Tehran, Art and Architecture Editions, April 1978, 119. Il Sol y el Habitat Gruppo Ferro, Acts of the National Competition, The Sun and the Habitat for the Use of Alternative Energy in Residential and Educational Buildings, Rome, Italy, Kappa, November 1981, 296-299. 600 Contre-projets pour les Hauses Consultation International pour l'aménagement du quartier des Halles de Paris, Volume, Paris, Editions du Moniteur, 1981, 377. Kedar Pavilion, Abbas Gharib, Sandra Villa, Systemazioni Dion Padagliani, Pont dell'Accademia, Mathiolti, Serena. Ricerca, Costruire Magazine 33, Biennale di Venezia issue, Milan, Italy, Abitare Saggesta, October 1985, p. 235. The Tower Where the Desire Can Live, Gharib, Abbas. Verticelli, Danilo. Villa Sandra. The Neo-Eclectic House Projects for the Cultural Design Exhibitions for the Italian Furniture Fair, Abitare il Tempo, Volume, Venice, Italy, Arsenale, 1992-93, 112. The Self-Expressive Object, Gharib, Abbas. Verticelli, Danilo. Villa Sandra. Room with a View, Abitare il Tempo, Volume, Bologna, Graffici Zanini, 1993, 3742, 108. Open House, Section XX, Gharib, Abbas. Verticelli, Danilo. Villa Sandra. Abitare il Tempo, Volume. 10 Years of Research, Experimentation, and New Perspectives, Bologna, Italy, Graffici Zanini, 1995, 221. Open House, Section XX, Dorfels, Gillo. Events, Autogono Magazine, 110. Review of Abitare il Tempo, Milan, Italy, Company P. In A. March 1994, 8384. Accademia GB Signarali Verona Ricognizione Design 306 Magazine 14. Agito Locale Issue, Verona, Italy, Graffici Aurora, 2001, cover 2077. New National Museum of Korea, Abbas Gharib, Italy. International Architectural Competition for the New National Museum of Korea, Volume, Seoul. Hijak Kang/Kai Moon Dang, Editors, 1995. Accademia GB Signarali Verona, Ricognizione Design 306 Magazine, Agito Locale Issue, No. 14, cover and page 27, Graffici Aurora Publisher, Verona, 2001. Design Works, Gharib, Abbas. Interviewed by Grigo, Susanna. Kronesh D. Design of Verona in the Magazine of the Architectural Association of the Province of Verona, 57, Verona, Italy, Studio 12, June 2002, cover 3133. Last Works, Gharib, Abbas. Interviewed by Grigo, Susanna. Ozio Creativo Sara il Lavoro del Futuro. In the Magazine of the Architectural Association of the Province of Verona, No. 62, Verona, Italy, Studio 12, April 2002, 3435. Iran Oil Industry HQ, Tehran, Arnaboldi, Mario Antoni. Abbas Gharib, Du Mondi Duling, Alarca, the International Magazine of Architecture, Design and Visual Communication, No. 181, Milan, Italy, Alarca SPA Editori, May 2003, cover 6871. Competition for the Center of Cooperation in High Technology, Iran, Memor Quarterly Magazine of Architecture and Urban Design 13, Tehran, Iran, Kayanaksh, 2003, 7480, 8480. Headquarters of Iran Oil Industry in Tehran, Arnaboldi, Mario Antonio. Architecture, Dialogues and Letters 12, at Abbas Gharib per el Headquarters del Iran Oil Industry at Tehran, Milan, Italy, Mimeses, 2004, 185, 203, 204. Main projects, Gharib, Abbas. Interviewed by Ahmed Zohadi. For a methodology of project, a tool toward the future, an interview with Abbas Gharib, Iranian architect, Tehran, Iran Architecture, Construction, and E-Sciences Magazine 1, Contemporary Challenges, Architecture, and Thought Issue, Tehran, Sole Editors, November 2004, cover 2429. Abbas Gharib Paul Art and Cultural Center, Kandani, Elena. Meeting Between Two Worlds, El-Arca, the International Magazine of Architecture, Design and Visual Communication, 220, Milan, Italy, El-Arca SPA Editori. December 2006, 4853. Super Compact, Progetti per il Mobile, 2008, Dossier Compo Mobili Furniture Design Magazine, European Furniture Components 53, Snatarcangelo Ramagna RN, Maggioli SPA Editor, January 2009, 68. Recent projects, Gharib, Abbas. Interviewed by Castellucci Alessandra. Equilibrio di Architettura tra due mondi, Studio Gharib Verona, in Carriera and Professioni Magazine 2, Bologna, Italy, Golferli Editor, June 2008, 3639. Progetto and 44 dell'Osso, Guido R. Edel Pro, Architettura bioclimatica e sostenibilità nella casa per I paesi del Mediterraneo. Casarano, Italy, Il Tacco d'Italia editor, November 2009, volume, cover, 7379. Carso 2014 plus, International Design Competition, Horch. Abbas Gharib, Abatair Magazine 509,